everybody. Aaron with Quality Service to Get. Today again here in Mebane, North Carolina, we're going to be going over real quick how to change a flapper in a toilet and go over a couple different kinds of flappers. So if you want to jump in here and I'll show you right quick. Alright, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to come down at the stop underneath the toilet. You're going to turn that water off. We're going to take the lid off of our toilet here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to flush the toilet. Pop these little ears off right here. This is one of your vinyl flappers. These are pretty good flappers, resist chlorine. We're gonna pop it on here. Now this is where it gets tricky. You see, we're gonna put this flapper on here. You're gonna put your little chain clip furthest hole down. You're gonna hold your chain up, and you want it tight, but you don't want that chain like super tight. You want it to be about one link shy. Too tight, it'll hold the flapper just barely up off the bottom and cause it to run, but not tight enough. You'll have to hold the handle down. So you got your slack here. You're either going to want to hook that slack back up to the hook or cut it off, because if it's too much slack, it can end up underneath there, causing it to run. There's a trick to this flapper here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to hook it up. We'll just hook our extra slack up here on the hook, and we're going to reach down here and turn the water back on. So we'll pull this out to get it filling faster. So the problem with this flapper is, you can see there it's not sitting down all the way, and it's hitting. So we pushed it down. Now it'll fill, but the problem is next time we flush it, it's going to continue to have that problem. So you can do one of two things. You can either, one, get you a corky flapper, because this is a fluid master flush valve. Or you can take a razor knife and you can trim just barely a little bit off of that, so that flapper will sit properly and it'll seal. I'm going to go ahead and throw this corky on here, back on here. There's a little too much slack in that chain there, so we're going to go ahead and adjust that. While that's filling up, I'm going to show you one of the issues. So this one doesn't do it. I don't know if you can see. Because what that one was doing was it was being held up just like that. It's a little bit different flush valve in there. But you got to make sure you get a good seat there. Good seat. And then to test it, we're going to throw some dye in there. Go ahead and dye that toilet water blue. You can let it sit up about 15 minutes is usually a good rule of thumb. And is what we're looking for there. If that turns blue, you know your flapper's not seated properly. You're also going to take it and you're going to flush this thing a good 3-4 times. Alright, one, we don't have to let our handle flush. Hold our handle down and make sure that the flapper seats back down properly. And make sure that the chain down there didn't get hung under the flapper and everything's working fine. You don't want this handle to get hung. Make sure it doesn't hang up. And that's how you flush, how you replace a toilet flapper. You know, if the toilet has this kind of flapper or a really tall tank, it has this float on it and a hole in the front, it needs to have that flapper go back, because what will happen is, I gotta let this get filled up. Now this toilet water is going to be blue because I flushed it, of course. Let's get this tank filled back up. Flushes once, it flushes again. If a toilet does that, typically a Kohler, it'll need one of those float flappers.